Hello, everyone. Okay.
Hello.
I think hello.
Hello.
I think we can start talking about the last meeting. In the last meeting, we create some page on Wiki about the mentorship program. I will share with you, putting the link on chat.
All right. Works well.
Hello, Pranjal. Okay. Okay, I share the link. In that link, I will also share my screen.
I think I need access. Hi, Gian. I'm Arun said I need access.
Okay. Yeah. Hello, Arun.
Hello, Gian.
Okay. I try to summarize the last meeting, and we talked about the mentorship program, and also created a new page inside the program, the project page. I shared on chat, and about the program. I will share my screen. Okay, there is some suggestion about the interview. Date is on May. About the in the first 10 days, and if you are interested in, you can put your name and also your I think here maybe, yeah, we wait Bobby about that. And here there are a list of suggestions about the interview, and also our advisor added a timeline here of the project, explaining the 12 deliverable about the program. And in the meantime, I also she will join in 5 minutes. In the meantime, I will share with you my presentation of today. And okay, welcome to the project. And it's an Hyperledger Labs project, and it's started in the past edition of the Hyperledger mentorship program. And if you want to join the project, you have to, it's mandatory, the registration. You have to join Linux Foundation, and there are useful link for privacy policy, code of conduct, antitrust policy, and so on. And please read that documentation before to join the project. And about today, I'd like to talk about something about the Hyperledger mentorship program, that edition, the current edition. Those date, the application will finish in May, and after that we can start with the interview. I think before the 13th, and at the end of May, all people receive notification about the acceptance. The requirements, you can find the requirements and also other information inside the project page, that one. And also about the organization, I think we can continue the weekly meeting every Monday at the same hour, this current hour. And about the program, yeah, you see the learning objective are about LLM background. Some of people wrote me that they are a background on front-end development, but they can also learn other skill, and also JavaScript language framework like React.js, and basic on front-end development. Also learn cloud architecture and how to deploy in a cloud server, and how to write high quality documentation. The expected outcome are an LLM prototype with acceptable time response and implementation costs, because we had a meetup at the end of March, and some companies and communities told us that the it took too much for the response, and also it's too expensive. About some values, it took about 30 seconds for the answer, and the cost about $2,000 per month. But we are also studying some solution which is cheaper, very cheaper, and also we are investigating some using some recent result how to reduce the time response. We also like to have a front-end standard front-end component prototype, and as a simple container architecture and with good quality documentation. And our advisor, Boy Muscara, also added a timeline that I shared previously. And also, this is the first idea of architecture using 5 container, Docker container, obviously. In one is for the front end using React.js. Another one is a service which expose API, for example, using Fast API, and another contains the LLM. Currently, we are using a fine-tuned model version of Mistral, and also we will use an in-memory database. Yeah, an example could be Redis, because to maintain the history of the conversation. And also one is dedicated for the vector database. In our case, currently we are use ChromaDB. And yeah, I can stop here for question. If you have some question.
Yeah, I had one. Hi, Jan.
Okay, please.
Yeah, am I pronouncing it right? It's Gyan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So on the last slide, I saw there on the vector database something DB was written, KB was written. I'm sorry, KB was written. So what is that KB acronym for?
Yes, it's the knowledge base. Yes, because currently we are using RAG technique.
Mm-hmm.
So we use a knowledge base, which is created during an ingestion step. When if you check the GitHub repo, the current GitHub repo, you can
Mm-hmm.
download the notebook and use it in. Yeah, currently we have a monolithic architecture. So in the same time, it execute the ingestion phase and also
Mm-hmm.
the inference. Okay, but in the future we will have two step. One is the first step, the first stage, to create knowledge base using the vector database, and by loading documentation from a URL or GitHub issues or PDF files and so on. And the second stage could be the inference step. Okay.
So this is a crucial component for decreasing the response time, right? Having good database, like
Yes,
you
correct.
mentioned for injection. Also, does the response time and server load depends on the model? Like we're using a enhanced version of menstrual model. So thus choosing that model depends affects our response
Yeah,
time or server load.
yeah, yes, correct. It's important to investigate other models. We are using we have to use open source models.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also currently we are using RAG, and it's important to work on that component. In the
Mm-hmm.
future, we are also evaluating to use a fine tuning technique, but it's very expensive in term of resources, costs, and so on. But it's we can also evaluate to do that in the future, and
Yeah.
also other technique we can apply could be advanced RAG. You know, we are different techniques to improve RAG technique. And so I don't know if the answer is complete or you have other
Yeah,
question
I
about.
I get it, but how can like the JS, like this mentorship program required good understanding of JavaScript, right? So how can we use the JavaScript, the web components to enhance that LLM model we are currently using, like Menstrual or Advanced RAG you spoke about? So how can
Uh,
this program, yeah.
okay, yeah, the question is correct. Yeah, JavaScript is to implement the front end component, because
Mhm.
at the moment the current version is using not Streamlit, Gradio is using Gradio, and we will
Yeah,
use
yeah,
a
that you.
standard, a
Mhm.
standard interface. So the idea is to first time is to split the backend component from the front end, and also in the first step um, we can do the request using command line or postman or other tools. It's not important,
Mhm.
but it's
Yeah, yeah.
important that the two part could be splitted.
I get
Okay.
it. Making increasing the modularity of the code will help.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, thank you, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Other question?
So, hi Jian Arun this side. So, you said
Mhm.
that this is the second year of it in the mentorship program, and that
Mhm.
means so we had something ready in the first part. I didn't get a chance to see the GitHub. So, where are we with the UI implementation or the LLM model? Do we have a model ready? Do we have something which is there in say in any test environment as of now?
Yeah, I think yeah, I don't understand the question because of the quality of the connection.
Wait,
Yeah,
1 second.
uh,
Give me one
yeah,
moment.
yeah.
I will continue.
Sorry. Or, also, if you want to write on the chat, if you prefer, you can also write on the chat that I see. I'm.
Yeah, yeah. Am I audible, guys?
Yes, now, yes.
Everybody can. Am I audible?
Yes, but a little bit. Yeah, can you repeat, please? Okay, about the program. The I share again my screen. Okay, about the program. Those are the dates. 10th of May, we'll finish the application period, and after that we will schedule the interviews. So we will contact you, people who applied for the interview, and at the end of May you will receive the notification of acceptance.
So how many people will work on this project? Just one?
Okay, yeah, also share my screen again about the currently. This is the current team about the project. So the advisor and coordinator is Bobby Muscala, and we also have an administration and integration manager, which is David Boswell, and we have to refer to the technical oversight committee for technical ideas. I am the maintainer and project manager of the project, and also we have Arunima, which is member of the team, and also she is.
The screen is not shared, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Do you see my screen?
No, actually.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. I try to share again. Okay.
Yeah, now we can see.
Okay. Sorry. And so I try to repeat from scratch. Okay. The advisor and coordinator of the project is Bobby Muscara. I think she will join or is joining the meeting, and also we refer to David Boswell as an administrator and integration manager, and we can also ask suggestion to the technical oversight committee of Hyperledger Foundation for technical question. I am the current maintainer, and also Arunima, which is she joined the meeting. She's here, I think. I heard.
Yeah. Yes, I'm
Hi,
here.
Arunima.
Hello.
Thank you. Yeah, I see you. Thank you.
Yeah, same here.
Okay, and also Tripur, which is here. She's the marketing and documentation, also the PM of the project. This is the current team of the project.
Okay, cool. But like, how many mentees will you have at the end?
Can I answer
Honestly, Yes, sure. Hi, Bobby. Hello.
Hi, everybody. It's Bobby Mascara. I'm going to just talk for a second. Well, welcome everybody to the call. When I logged in, I was a few minutes late, and I logged in, I saw how many people were here. I couldn't have been more excited. The question on the floor right now is how many people can Menti? There's so many that apply for all of these projects, and the Hyperledger community is structured such that you can work and do great things and get awesome recognition that will be a stepping stone for your next project or interview or LinkedIn profile, whatever your goals are. The information that you will get from these programs will be invaluable. Last year, they usually accept one mentee per program, but there is a parallel program for people so that they can get a certification, which we will be applying for. So you get a certification that says that you worked on this project. And again, as a mentee, I know I speak for myself and probably Gianluca and Tripur, letters of recommendation, anything you need from us after the project, we are there to support you to get you to your next step. So Gianluca worked on the project I hosted last year, which was the AI and documentation. And Arunima was the mentee, but Gianluca and Tripur worked on the project just as hard and just as much. And now we're on our own lab and creating our own project that hopefully will be in the landscape of Hyperledger for the future. So there's so many opportunities. We welcome everyone to join our Monday call. That's where we do our work. It's a slow-paced volunteer. If you don't see something that you think you'd be good at, come talk to us and we'll fill you out and get you where you need to be. Also, there is so many different parts of a project. I know the last couple projects, we could have announced more what we were doing and marketed it better. That's why, Tripor now has that designation as marketing person, because we need to get the word out what we're doing. And I hope that like at the end of this project, this lab is so fine tuned that if I'm running a company, the interfaces that we develop, I'll just be able to go to the lab, copy down what I need to activate this great desktop that we're going to design, where it says, enter your documentation here, and you can put your GitHub repository, you can put your user manuals, your read the docs, whatever it is, with a simple click and drag, like a Windows interface. And then where do you want this information to present on my web page, on my home internet, or my company's home internet, like wherever that user wants it. So the project will be so easy for people to adapt. And as it grows, hopefully it will become more robust and maybe have ancillary businesses off of it, because AI is just getting started and so are we. So having the support of the Linux Foundation for this project is awesome. So how many mentees will take? Anybody who wants to join us is the answer to the question. I know, Peter, when I came on, you had your hand up. Do you have a question?
Actually, I want to ask about the front end part. I want to ask if we can use Streamlit at the front end for the project.
That's more Gianluca question than for
Yeah,
me,
yeah,
so
yeah,
I'll
yeah, I
over
think
to
it's
Gianluca.
yeah, it's a technical question, but yeah, the response is no. Yeah, in my opinion, we have to create a standard front end. So no Streamlin, no Gradio or other kind of tool. This is my opinion, because also we have to think about companies or communities that want to create custom user interface, or wants to use the project integrated in other API. So in that case, I think it's important to develop an API which is easy to integrate in other projects, and also is too much more easy for us to stay under Apache 2 license in that way. This is my opinion,
Yeah.
and also I checked it out.
So are we required to use a specific framework for the front end part, like React or Angular or whatever?
Yeah, I I proposed React JS, but we can also discuss. I think React is a good idea
Yeah,
for to
because
start.
if we use other frameworks for front end, I think that will bulk the project, and React is very lightweight, and that's why we chose React for the front end, right, Gianluca?
Yeah, sure. Also to reduce the time response, it's important to eliminate other intermediate tools like Gradle or Streamlit and so on. Is my opinion. We have to go to the focus, and the focus for us is the model. The model, how to we want to investigate how to have the best inference time, how to in future can fine tune the system. For example, in case of issues, well-known issues like hallucination and so on. So it's important to split the system.
Yeah, and for the backend part, should we use a specific framework?
So for the backend, currently we are using. If you check the repo, we are using LangChain, which is an open source as orchestrator. And for the backend, many people are using Fast API, which is a Python API tool, and it's also open source, if I remember right. So we can stay in Python, and this is also my opinion. We can create a very light tool, which is also easy to integrate in other system.
So we
Okay.
shouldn't create API for the response, a specific APIs to get the response from the model.
Sorry. Yeah, understand.
I'm
Can you
asking.
repeat?
I'm asking about the backend part. Should we create APIs to get the response in the front end part?
Yes. This is my opinion.
So we should use Flask, for example, to take the output from the large language model and send it to the front end. That's correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Last question. I want to ask about what is the best place to share my suggestions for the projects or my recommendations for the technologies like large language models we may use or try.
Yeah, if you have
answer that,
time.
Jessica.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Sure. Thank
Here I
you.
go again. Okay, so I'm going to show you a page and put the link in the chat. This is what we did last year, and I think Tripur and Arunima and Gianluca will agree it was really helpful. Is that in the Hyperledger mentorship program, which is just right down here on the wiki page under mentorship program, we have our section for Hyperledger FAQ labs, mentee candidates, and mentee information. Under mentee information, we're going to just do the interview stuff there. But under this tab, we encourage you to log into your Linux Foundation ID and get the edit menu, because then you can create a page underneath mentee information and title it with your name. And then put your notes for next session, and then just save your page. And that also will serve as a reminder to us when the meeting starts and we go through the points in the meeting. There's a section in our meeting once we get moving for mentee information, and we'll ask you to, if you have any notes or whatever. If it comes up during the conversation, you can say, oh wait, let me share my screen, I'll go to my page. So please create your own page under mentee information and put all your information that you need to share, and we will again discuss it at the next meeting. I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, great, thanks.
And I also want to add something. if anyone don't want to contribute to the technical side, they are welcome to write suggestions about how to market the product and how we can improve the documentation, what we can add in the documentation, and how we can make the process more seamless. And like you are open to give suggestion regarding all the areas of the project, not just the technical one. Even if someone does not want to contribute that much to the technical side, they are welcome to do so on the non-technical side. And if you have any questions regarding that, you can ask me and Arunima in that part, and we will be, and Bobby, so we will help you in regarding that.
I agree. Thank you, Tripur.
Hello.
Hello, Ron.
Hello, Gianluca.
Hello.
Hello, Bobby. Hello, everyone. I had a question.
Hello.
If this project is looking for mentor and specifically technical mentors.
Okay.
Again, it works just like the mentees. We're all volunteers. The mentees do not get compensated other than the fact we love seeing our projects take off. If you want to join us as a mentee after when the general call ends today, the 4 of us who are listed as mentees are going to talk about how we're going to do the interview process. If you want to join us, please join us. We'd love the help.
Okay. Thanks, Bobby. Thanks, Gianluca.
Thank you.
Hello, Gianluca.
How, Ron?
Hello, everyone. I have a question. Are we going to implement chatbot in the present docs website, or we will create a new website for this?
Okay, the idea is to create a general, like a framework or template. So it's not related to the current website or to one website. The goal, the main goal, is to create a framework which also other people or other communities can use. So currently, if you download the notebook, you see IROA documentation, which is one of a tool in Hyperledger, but it's as example, we can use other like Hyperledger Fabric, which is another tool. So it's not related to the WRI.
And I just have something to say about an open source community. When all of these tools, projects, libraries that Hyperledger has is open source, which means that it is encouraging you as an individual to get familiar with the open source project, make it your own, and if you want, build a business case around it. So for instance, once our AI FAQ bot works, there's no reason that Rohan Kamor Inc. can't take that code, market it, and be a consultant for people who want this project on their website. I mean, there is nothing, this is open source, so the code is for yours to run with. And if that's your end game, please let us know. We'd love to be a part of it, because as a team, we're going to be moving forward, hopefully, with documenting this in a more formal way. So there's so many opportunities, and everyone wants to hear about your ideas, because we're a team. We're moving this project together forward, all of us. So again, as much work you want to put in, show up, great. And you know, we'll use your expertise, your talents as best, you know, to get everybody on the same page.
Thank you. I have one more question. Can you explain the architecture a little bit? Will we use Redis in memory database, and it will be used as a history of chat, right?
Yes, is an example. We will check it out. Redis is an example of in-memory database. We need to use, I think we need to use in-memory database to have the history of the conversation. So Redis is an example. We will check the best for us.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. I see a question in chat. There is a table on the Mandy candidates page. Do you want to mentees to fill it. If
That's me. We're gonna get there right now.
yeah,
So
I
again,
will.
everybody's finished talking to Gianluca about the actual technology. Please raise your hand now and finish, because that part I'm going to go over towards the end of the call about how to do the interviews and what we expect from the mentees. So more technical stuff, keep going. If not, let me know and we'll start on that section of just how to keep
Hello.
track.
Hi everyone. So I just wanted to clarify about the project. So rather than just a chatbot UI, we are basically focused more on allowing the user to feed his own documentation so that the chatbot is customized for his or her own documentation or company's documentation, right? So like,
Uh,
yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I tried. Yeah, it's if I understood right, the question is if the which is the main goal of the software, correct?
Yeah, we are more focused on making a efficient and like which takes less time, more on the API side, right? So that any company can use or feed his or her own documentation to the like our front end, and he or she will get a chatbot customized for them. And more focus of the project would be on the API side, customizing and more efficient LLM and caching and all, right?
Uh, yes, right. I mean, this project was born in the previous edition of the Hyperledger Mentorship Program, when some people with experience in the development and project managing and so on ask us if there are a way to implement a chatbot which replies to questions from users or developers, because we have tons of documents to read. Some users and developers, before to use the software or to start to the developer, they have to read tons of documents. So the question is, can we build tools that help us in some way, like replies to our question, and we are trying to to find the answer, so to create a chatbot which replies to question, avoiding to read tons of documents, lots of documents. And at the same time, other use cases, we investigating other use cases like customer services, because there are companies which are using this kind of software in general in for customer service, feeding with their documents.
Okay, I got it. So like, is it good if we show you some like UI use cases and like approach, because making a full-fledged POC would be a bit time consuming, I guess. So like, is it rather okay to show you the UI we are thinking of or the approach we are trying to get, right? In the Discord channels or what Bobby mentioned in the page itself.
Yeah, you please write on Discord channel. Yeah, already I try to reply to your question, but other people joined the channel and try to write on chat. Sure, thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you. Also, I see other raise hand like Peter and also Mamad. Other technical question.
Yeah, I have a question regarding the
Yeah.
cover letter. So I don't know what you consider it technical or what, but I'm asking about the cover letter we should upload on the portal. So what are your recommendations about the cover letter or suggestions?
Okay, about cover letter.
Can I take that? Uh,
Yes.
so for the cover letter, we just want you to tell us, like, introduce yourself and explain why you are excited about joining our project. And also feel free to mention any project or experiences that showcase your passion for the technical thing and or other non-technical thing, whichever you want to be the part of. So we will try to make subcommittees in the like we did in the previous documentation task force. So in this also mentorship, we will make different subcommittees where you will be we will have some teams, and we will each of us will be guiding you on the project. So write about your, like, introduce yourself and what projects you have done regarding that, and any ideas that you have in your mind, mention that in the cover letter so that we can see how like motivated and enthusiastic you are about the project and why you want to join it.
Okay, nice. Just want to ask if it's a good idea to provide a prototype or an approach to solving the problem.
No, go crazy if you write anything you want. There's no prototype for that.
Okay, thanks.
It's funny for me to hear Tripur say "go crazy."
Okay, good.
Yes, like I would like to add one more thing. So there are a lot of technologies that is required for this project. One thing, what can help you stand out is that instead of waiting for the mentorship to start and then you start learning the technology, start doing a few courses right now only if you have time. Let's start learning about large LLMs and about whatever technologies that are required that is mentioned. That Gianluca has mentioned in the slides. So what you can do is start learning about them now and start building small projects. And if you can build a great project based on these technologies, you can show it in your like cover letter. So this is also something that you can do to stand out. I hope I was audible.
Yes, we heard you.
Yes, but a bit, yeah, the point is not the best, but I know it's my English or about the sorry, Aruna.
Are there any more technical questions? Because then I'm just going to get into a little bit about the mentorship program. I see Peter.
Just the last one.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Yeah. So
Hello.
hello. So Gianluca, just last answer, just last question. So you said that we are going to use React as a front end framework. So are there any specific UI that we are going to use, like for example for CSS, Material UI or Tailwind? Is there anything like that? Other than that, for example, if we created the chatbot to implement that LLM to answer the Hyperledger questions related to document, how we are going to integrate that? Like, are we going to integrate that in a specific website, or what will be the integration part? Can you guide about it a bit?
Okay. No, at the moment
I think
we
that's more where we're
sorry.
going about with the contributions and how to put them on there, or is it a technical question?
Yes, a bit. But I see in the Discord channel, yeah, one person which shared a first idea using the I don't remember tool, but I think we need some a bit of time to have to design the UI, and after that we can reply. You can also, if you have some ideas, you can propose us, and we can discuss.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm just going to take over a little bit of the housekeeping part of this project. So if you see my screen here again, you can get to the wiki page is where really like the Discord channel is great. But if you want something to make it on the agenda of this meeting, It's best if you make yourself a mentee page like I did and put your thoughts there, because what we do in the meeting is we'll ask you if you have, and then you can share your screen and go to this page on the wiki, and it's always in an easy way to find it. So the next steps for this project is going to be the interview process. Now, if you're a serious candidate, you have your cover letter, that's great. The program works in such that Min, the advisor of the mentorship program, will let us know. It's like a flag goes off and says, okay, this is the deadline for the cover letters and the candidates. You can now, they're yours now. So then when that happens to us, the 4 of us or 5 of us are going to be ready for that. So what we'll do is then we'll put your name. I know the question was asked if you had to fill this out. The answer is no. We're going to fill it out with times that are available, interview times. We're going to put a scheduler out. I haven't done that yet because we still have a few more weeks till the applicant interview process starts on May 10th. So what we're going to do is get a scheduler. It'll be a week. You can get an interview with one of the 4 of us, and we'll have the same set of questions to ask you. The questions are on the page. If you want to, we're going to fine tune these, but this is kind of the 4 buckets of areas that we're going to be looking for experts for that one position. But again, everyone's willing to come on this journey. So we're going to work on these questions this week. If I did not get your name on the attendees for today's meeting, please add it. Again, it's just logging into the Linux Foundation and hitting the edit page and typing your name as if it's a word processor. And so what we're going to do is we're going to develop a matrix. We're going to, the interview, the cover letter, everything will go into that. And then, the top candidate, we'll discuss, have second round of interviews possibly, and then pick that one person. But again, in the Hyperledger community, you don't ask first, work first, and talk about it later. We encourage you to, whatever's on your brain that you feel is going to add to this project, please give yourself a page and put it down so that we go over it next week. The Discord channel is awesome. It is used for that continual flow of conversation and meetings, and that's great. But again, if it wants to make the agenda, it's the easiest way is just to put your information here and come on the call. And at the beginning of each call, we'll ask yourself to introduce yourself. If you have something to say, that's when you would let us know. So again, we have plenty of time. I know everybody sounds like they want to rush into this. Go ahead, rush into it. The work, whatever we get done right away gives us more time to develop, fine tune, and make this business case a solid offering. So again, please stick with us, join us. We'd appreciate it. Does anybody else have anything to add, or is there any confusion from anyone who thinks they're going to apply at this point? Oh, there's 8 questions in the chat.
Yes, we are applying to the question, Bobby. Yeah, I think if
okay, good.
people are, thanks.
Okay, so if anybody has any questions, again, you have to finish your applications till May 10th. And again, if you find someone that that is not technical, but is a social media influencer, likes to document, wants to become a technical writer, all of these project managers, anybody in these areas, they don't have to have the technical skills to write this all by themselves. This is a team project, and the team has many, many, many facets. So please feel free to encourage other people. If you're in college and your roommate's a blogger, have them come join us. Tripur would love it. So again, it is what we make of it, and hopefully we're going to make a really cool project. So if there's no questions, let me see the chat or the.
And I also want to add what Bobby said. If you think that there is a position that is missing and that position should be there on the team, feel free to suggest that position that we forgot to add. So that will be yours, and we will get a new perspective on it.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask if the people who are applying for the project are finished. They can sign off. We just have a little housekeeping to do between the people who want to be mentees. I'm sorry, mentors. So thank you very much for joining our call. We really appreciate you, and we hope to see you next week with some thoughts and ideas that you get out of this meeting. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Bobby.
So we'll just give them a minute to hop off. Okay, so I'm going to keep going, even though there's still some people on the call. So again, I'm going to just keep this going as a running flow of our meetings. If this week, if we could just take a look at these 4 topics. Again, I just did this with an AI, so I didn't even reread it. I just put it up here. We can work on this week to get our interview questions so that everybody thinks that they're covering every point fair. If I'm missing questions, again, and then we have to develop this matrix for scoring. So I'm not really sure, we can't do that until we have the questions down. So if this week we can just take a look at this, put some eyes on it and see if it's gonna work for us, that would be great. Questions?
I have one. When we will be interviewing them, we will be scoring them and then putting them in the matrix box. So they would be able to see it. So should like will
We can
that be?
definitely put it, we can build a wiki page that
Yeah.
doesn't have a link anywhere
Okay.
for the matrix. So only like unless you have the link, you would know it existed.
Okay, that's
So
good.
in other words, create a page and just hide it from the menu.
Yeah.
Yeah, because having it there might create a lot of mess.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Let me see if there's a hide, or we could just move the page information somewhere where, yeah, again, people who can view, here's another, so there's ways we can restrict and do that for the page. And I see Swapilnial is, I'm sure I didn't pronounce that correctly. People make fun of the way I pronounce things. If you'd like to, discuss how you see yourself helping us as a mentor, that would be great. And then we can put your name on and, run it by David and see if it's okay. I'm sure it will be.
Hey everyone, hey Bobby. So my name is Swapnil, and I was part of Hyperledger mentorship last summer, and so I was working with Aries VCX. I was developing the mobile clients for their repository, and I have interest in AI and web development, and the technologies that Gianluca has pinpointed throughout this mentorship and throughout these meetings. I think I'm confident in almost all of those, and I've been working closely with startup in the past year, and I've been building an AI startup on my own as well. So I think I have some experience working on this project as well, and I could really offer some insights into the way the technical side of these things are to be handled.
That's awesome. We really appreciate you stepping up. I would just suggest that you write a letter or write an email to Gianluca and David, saying that, you're in the meeting, you want to be added as a mentor. Here's like your skill set, your email contact information, and then we'll get you added to the system. If that's okay with
Definitely.
Gianluca, does that sound okay?
Yes. Yeah, I think you already wrote something, if I remember.
I think that was on the Discord, and I think it's not formal. Maybe Bobby wants something more formal.
Okay.
Yeah, and also
Perfect.
just to have your full name and your email and like where you're from, just so we have a little bit of an idea of your talents. So when we're doing the subcommittees, we know where to put you,
Definitely.
who you can advise.
Yes.
Thank
Uh,
you, Swan.
Only that, can I get the emails for David and Gianluca, yours and me?
Sure, I'll drop that in the chat. Let me just get to my email, or if anybody has those handy, you can drop them in the chat for me. which I'm sure Gianluca, you have your email.
Yeah, I think it's public at the end of the page you are shared.
Okay.
My mail, it's
Oh, I put that
no
in
the
there.
end. I think yes.
Here it is. Here's Gianluca's.
Yeah.
And I think it's just, I'm looking for David's now. Hold on, let me just get to my email and sort through it quickly.
Also, I think this is a good moment to ask this because I'm slightly late on this program, involved in the program. But what are your expectations out of a mentor, and especially Jean-Lucas, because I think the way I see it is we'll be working closely on the technical side. So that'd be great.
Yes, I think Bobby.
Yeah, so basically just attend the meetings, and if you step up to do something, please complete it. So if you're saying you're going to take a group and work on this particular user interface for the end user instead of the inputter, and you want to set up a separate, like just do, wherever your talents lie, wherever you step up, we just really appreciate it if you complete the tasks you say you're gonna. That's all we expect from you. If you want to just mentor and advise all the different committees, that's great. If you want to chair a committee, that's great as well. Again, we don't really know what this project's going to be at the end because we're working on it all summer, and we would love your help in shaping that, if that makes sense. It answered your question.
Yes, definitely. And everyone, please feel free if there is something that is on your mind, you can share with me. I'll share my Discord as well, where I'm usually active.
And that's David Boswell's address, so that when you address to Gianluca and David, and you can put me on the copy that email, so we just have the information we need about you.
Yes, definitely.
Any more questions? Because we're at the hour. So
Not from
again,
my side.
go ahead.
No, I just went through the questions and they look great to me. If I have anything in mind, some extra questions, I will add it to the list.
Yeah, absolutely. Feel free to edit this list. Feel free to do anything that you think will improve it.
Sure.
And I thought putting here was a good spot because everybody can get at it. All right, I will talk to everybody next week unless you need me. Send me a LinkedIn and I'll answer.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Bobby.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Have a nice
Thank you.
week.
Bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye. Bye.